What is up, my fellow mobile gamers? In today's video, we got our first impressions review for the early access MOBA game on PC, Predecessor. This game is back. If you have not known, it was initially Paragon and it was developed by the people who made Fortnite. However, when Fortnite got super popular, they ended up scrapping this MOBA and it was pretty much dead. However, a new developer has taken over. They changed the name. It is now called Predecessor. Early access, they're redeveloping this game and it is amazing. This is pretty much your MOBA first-person shooter style game. The graphics are absolutely phenomenal. Of course, we are on PC, so I personally have high expectations, which I think most people do when it comes to PC games nowadays. I have it maxed out on the highest graphical settings, also the highest frame rate. I just want to show off this water effect right here. When I was out on the battlefield, there was this really amazing looking waterfall. The water just looks breathtaking. If you do kind of look in close, the splashing off of the rock kind of is like weird. You can tell it's not like perfectly done. The game is in early access, so there's still like a lot of fine tuning and a little bit better details that I expect will come. But overall, for an early access game, it looks really, really good. The gameplay, it's there. Your typical MOBA gameplay is there. You have tons of customization and builds. It is so much fun, let me tell you. You have a ton of different heroes to choose. You've got ones who are good for tanking, support, damage dealers, tons of different styles. You have items that you can buy with your coins. The games on average last around 30 minutes, and you can play with either a mouse and keyboard or a controller. I went ahead and I hooked up my PlayStation 5 controller and it was perfect, flawless. It is definitely a learning curve though, I will say, and my first thing that I would probably say that I didn't like about the game, and that's the fact that of course it is an early access, but there's no tutorial. I imagine once they do have their full release, they will have a traditional tutorial. They'll really explain everything. But right now, with the way the game is in development, there was no tutorial, so you kind of just jump into a straight match against other live players, or you can do kind of like a training where you're just going out there and familiarizing yourself with the map, but there's no traditional tutorial where it kind of like tells you, oh, these are minions, you need to destroy those, and like how to push. It doesn't really like explain the MOBA genre very well, or pretty much at all. So if you are new to this type of game, then you will be a bit confused. But really, I mean, after a couple matches, you should understand the basics. Also trying to understand like the different effects of your skills, learning all the different characters, but that pretty much comes with any new MOBA that you're going to be playing. Monetization wise, the game is $40 for like this legendary edition. You can't buy just the straight up game. The only packages I were shown were all bonus packages that included additional content. But for $40, I think it's not that bad. You're helping support the development of the game. I'm not sure if when it officially launches, if it will be free to play or it will cost money. And also, I'm assuming there will be some microtransactions because there was a store menu. However, it is currently grayed out and you cannot access the store. But I imagine they're going to sell things like probably character skins. Or the UI was a bit clunky for me when it came to buying items and building out your character in the game. It just felt kind of confusing to me. It was like really weird. It has like a recommended area, and then it has like all items that you can buy, and then it has your stats on the left side. It just felt like there was too much on the screen at once for you to kind of like look at. Like when you're in that buy menu, there's just so much going on and your eyes are going everywhere. You're like, well, looking here, you're looking there. You just kind of get a little bit overwhelmed. And I don't know, I just think they need to do some type of redevelopment with that. But overall, I think the game has tremendous potential. I mean, this could be the next, I want to say, League of Legends with the first person shooter style. it's really up there. I hope that they add stuff like a ranked mode and a quick match. For this game, I feel like the sky is the limit. Personally hope it does have huge success because it's a really great game and it deserves it. When it came to the sound, it was okay. The background music is pretty on par with what I would expect. The sound effects, I feel like they could be a bit better. The movement overall of the characters, I think, is pretty good. It's not slow, but it's not like super fast paced either. There is one thing that kind of bothered me was your teleportation skill has a really long cooldown. I mean, it's ridiculously long, so you can't use it as often. But on the flip side, I mean, people could see it as you have to be more strategic with it, and you can't just kind of use your teleportation skill as much as you want. You know, you really have to think about when you're going to use it. Team fights were really fun and I enjoyed them. They seemed balanced so far for what I could tell. By far, my favorite is the characters in this game. It's done in such a way that each character has kind of like an individual personality. There isn't any one character that kind of feels like another. They all are very different and they all also have very different play styles. So there's a lot of uniqueness that you feel with each different hero, which I really love. My score for the game in early access would be an 8 out of 10. I think it's phenomenal. There are some few tweaks and I want to see more game modes, a little bit easier buy menu when you're out on the battlefield buying those different items and customizing your characters out. But overall, other than that, I think the game is great. I definitely suggest you try it out if you are into the MOBA genre. If you're not, then I would probably wait until the official launch. But if you are like a big MOBA player, then I definitely would suggest you go ahead, spend some money just to get early access because it is 100% worth it. Stay happy, stay safe. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.